That was a riff of my guitar teacher when I was a kid. All right, so if you guys know what I've gone through, man, holy smokes. It all right, I'm going to try to break this down quick. So, I was thinking of going in a different direction, mainly because I've been using the FM9, and I've been using that QSC K12.2. Just so big, so heavy, so weird to deal with, and I ended up getting like a Boss Katana, because I thought, well, maybe I won't use the FM9 anymore. I'll just focus on that with work, and because I use it in the studio. I ended up getting the Boss Katana, which was cool, and which had a pretty big learning curve for me. I'm not the best at new things that are super. You have to download drivers for this thing, right? This is like, whoa. And, just getting the app working and getting it to see everything and figuring out how it worked and getting the foot pedal to jive and getting and I brought both of them to church today. And I got to church very early, and the worship leader was there, and my son came with me, who has been taking guitar lessons from me for a couple of weeks. And I said, you know what, it'll be good. You can be on stage. You can strum your, C, G, D, F, A minor, E minor, whatever. You can strum those chords, and I can, step back into the audience. Well, the first most amazing thing is that he started playing, the worship leader got on drums, and once they locked in, he has rhythm. It's unbelievable. I'm going to show you a video. Look at this. This is my kid, right? This is little Lord Lugo. Let's see if we can get this going on. All right, so check it out. So this is Riker, like literally 2 guitar lessons, and he hasn't been practicing all that much. I mean, he practiced a fair amount that his fingers were tore up, but he's been back on it. But I can't believe how good he's going to be able to play. Let's check this out. So that's him on my green Epiphone, and that's the worship leader on drums, which he plays everything, but that's, yeah. Jam with the band. Like when he lost, because it's that chord change that slows you down, he caught right back in. Just amazing. Does my heart good, My kids haven't really shown any interest in music, so this is cool, right? I don't push it on them, but anyway, so Boss Katana, I brought them both to church, got there early, set them up. They both sounded good. They were different because there's 2 of us at church, me and my buddy, and we both play guitar and bass, so we flip-flop a lot of times every week. Like I'll play bass and then he plays guitar, and then the following week, back and forth. And he's got a Helix and that Line 6 little power cab, and he would bring it to the gigs, and I was like, man, that thing is cool. It's like light. Sounds fine. It's got little things that poke out so you can tilt it back. So you can use it like a little deluxe reverb, or you can tilt it back more like a monitor. So I talked to him this week, and I'm like, man, I said, I can't do this QSC anymore. I had another church gig on Sunday night last week, and it was just trying to get into the church with this narrow little hallway and a narrow little staircase with that big QSC, and the Helix bag on the back. I have the Helix bag too, but in my Helix bag is my FM9 and a guitar and this and music and books and So, needless to say, he brought over his power cab the other day and left it here, and me and him messed around with it, and it really sounded good. In a lot of ways, I like it better for this than the QSC. Not just that it's like it's just much more agreeable as far as like it's easy to lift, it's small, it's lighter, and it's square, so it just lifts up and you walk out. The QSC is like, because it's a wedge. Like when you pick it up from the thing, it tilts over and it turns into like a diamond, and like one of the corners like jams into your leg, and I think it's like 42 pounds, and it's big. This thing is like a little square. It's like somewhere between. It's like bigger, a little bit bigger than like a deluxe, or a little bit bigger than like a Princeton maybe. It's like kind of somewhere between a Princeton and a deluxe reverb. Weighs 29 pounds. Totally square. Handle on top. Like, it's lights out. It's lifted up and move. It's so easy. So I don't know where I'm going with all this, but I ended up selling the QSC. I really like this power cab, and I ordered one. It's coming in tomorrow. And then I had also bought this. I traded in some stuff, and I ended up getting like a Katana. And after much effort, and it's cool. I'm just gonna stick. I'm dumping it. The FM9 is more my thing. The recorded sound is, it's like studio quality. So, yeah, there you have it. So I've got this dang Line 6 Power Cab Plus coming in, which is exciting. And I have a dual mono bag. I have a really nice gig bag for guitars, and it holds 2 guitars. So I've got my Helix bag with my FM9 and my cables. That can go on my back. I'm going to have my mono bag, which is going to have 2 guitars, and then I'm going to have this power cab, and basically that's it. And it's funny. It's exactly, I got some of these ideas from him, the other dude from church. He's got a Helix and a Helix bag. He's got the dual mono bag with his 2 guitars. He brings in like some kind of a Super Strat and a 335 or something like that. And then he's got the power cab. So I'm basically just going to have the same thing. And that's it. And I'm really excited about gigging. I've got a few more weeks of lecturing, and I want to start playing more churches. I want to support friends, back up people, do my own thing, start singing again. I sang at church last weekend. I sang Amazing Grace. I heard my voice come off the back wall, and I can't even, years. And it was cool. It was like, oh yeah, that's right. I enjoy this. Like, this is cool, So anyway, in the last couple of days, I accidentally did a dork move, and I retrieved it. But last night I messed up my church preset in FM9. Oh my God, I was able to figure out how to restore from a backup, and was it. But here you go. So if you don't know, there's 4 scenes. So the Fender's the clean. This is not all that useful in church, because most of church, do I have sound? Most of church is more like Edge of Breakup, but here's like, and I just put this together today, Vibrolux, and this is the first patch, the first scene. The second scene is AC-15. This is bread and butter for church for me. That is, to me, that's church peanut butter and jelly. That's about as much gain. Now, I've got one more, which is called Edge, which is now a plexi. So the first the first one, the Fender, was a Fender Vibrolux. The second one, which is the AC-15, that's this Class A 15 TB, like a Vox. The third is Edge, which is a Plexi. That's about as heavy as you'd probably get at church. But I added a heavier one in there just so that I could also use these at a cover gig, right? So if I go to Crunch, that's that Brit JVM I love. I love all four of these. I love. So that's my basic setup. So then if I come to my FM9, those are my first four buttons, right? So here's Fender Clean, AC-15, Edge of Breakup, which is really more of a light crunch, and then I've got Crunch. So within each track, I'll go back to the AC-15. Within each, so the 4 amps, then I've got the other buttons. One button is the chorus. I'll hooked on that riff. That's like one of the church songs. And then the next one over, and you can see when I hit chorus, you see how it engages? Take it out, it bypasses. It's there. Okay. Now the next is echo quarter. Tap, 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 and tap, 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 tap. I don't know which echo I use on that. That sounds like that mono. And then I got another echo, which is this echo. It's probably a Memory Man. So now it's just stereo tape. This is dotted eighth. So if I go tick, 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 right? Now if I take that same one and I hold it, it turns into a tuner. And boy, that's a good tuner. You could set up guitars with this. Is like uber strobe tuner. All right. Okay. Okay, now you hold it back down, you're back to sound. Also works as like a mute switch. So if I come back over to Fender, the way I have it set up is none of the effects pedals stay engaged when you switch patches. That gets to be too messy. So if let's say I'm on clean, chorus and quarter note, go to AC-15, you'll see they disappear. You can set it. Some people like it the other way. I don't. I just, all I have on this that's on each one is a little bit probably of London plate. Let me see the reverb. Yeah, look at that. Thanks to my buddy Leon Todd, Mr. Fractal Bot. Hey, I did a podcast with him. I think it's coming out this week. He got me on the London plate. And then you've got drive over here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 pedals on the bottom. 1 is Fender. Edge. Punch. Then if I go back to like AC-15. see them switching there. I've got a drive. I think there's the clone. Yeah, that's it. Just a little bit of, just a little bit. And then the end is, the last one is the tap. But if I hold it, watch the big, there's a reverb here at the end. Watch, I hold it, and there it is. This is the big reverb. Both pickups tapped. I really like the center position with the neck pickup tapped and the bridge down. All right. Well, that's it. That's where we're at, man. So that is my my JL Hope Church layout 2, because I've been, this I've been building over the last like 4 months. Go to church, work on it, come back, do a couple of things with it. We'll do it again. You just keep dialing it in. It's pretty good now. Doesn't have an enormous amount of low end, but the church is big and it's cavernous, and there's like literally a full-on like 10-foot grand piano on stage that the dude is playing. The worship leader is on acoustic guitar, and then there's a drummer. And this place is, it's big, it's cavernous, it's got probably, I don't know, man, 70-foot ceilings. I don't, it's a church, right? So, like, not having a lot of low, like, this sound is nice at church. Like, it's just like, that's it.